Today, I am going to share with you how to use ChartDog Graph Maker. We are going to do pretend data points based upon data that you might see it representing a student's behaviors. Right here is the beginning of the ChartDog Graph Maker. There are instructions located underneath this tab right here if you would like to further gain instructions on how to use this program. Right here is going to be the My Chart. This will update automatically as we enter in information within the graph. At some schools, students receive data tracking sheets. They receive self-monitoring data tracking sheets where they could earn up to, let's say, 15 smiley faces a day. That would be the maximum amount of smiley faces that they would want to earn because that means that they were on task doing what they were supposed to do all day. So, for the purpose of this trial and this tutorial, let's pretend like our aim line is going to be 15. So, I clicked on the aim right here, and now I'm going to create a custom aim, and I'm going to label it goal line. My start value is going to be 15, and my end value is going to be 15. From here, I'm going to choose a bright color so that I can see this line very easily, and then I will press save. Notice the graph is updated automatically with our goal line being 15. This shows that within a day, a student needs to reach or aims to reach 15. So anything below that would mean that they receive some sort of reminder to get back on task. So the student that we are going to talk about today is going to be named Shelby. In order to name Shelby's behaviors, I'm going to go over here to Series 1, and I'm going to click on the pencil. I'm going to label Series 1 off task. Shelby during the school day, let's say, oftentimes is off task during her assignments and will stare off into space or get up and out of her seat. So I named it off task, and now I'm going to put comments. Off task for Shelby looks like staring off into space, getting out of her seat, or not completing her assignments or tasks. I am now going to change the color of these data points to green, just so that it's different than the color of our aim line. Here, you can even change the shape of your data points if you would like, but for our sake, I'm going to leave it as square. I'm then going to press save. Series 2. When Shelby sometimes is around her peers, she becomes aggressive and does not understand how to interact well with her peers. So, comments. When Shelby is aggressive, she might yell at peers or get in physical arguments. So I just defined what aggressive looks like for Shelby, and for the shape, it's going to be a diamond, and I changed the color to be purple. Again, you can change these colors to anything that you want as long as they're different from each data point so that you know which data point belongs to which color. Then I'm going to press save. So we now define Shelby's two behaviors that are typically seen during a school day. I am now going to look at my dates. Where it says my phase, you can change the dates that these data points are taken through. Right now it's set for July 24th through August 24th. I'm going to change that and do the month of July. So it says the name would be start date, or the name would be my phase. I'm going to call these dates in school. The start date I'm going to say is July 1st, and the end date, let's say, is today, July 21st. Or sorry, let's say that today is July 24th. I am then going to press save. Notice, we still have our goal line. We now have dates in school at the top, and we have the dates at the bottom that we are tracking this data. So I'm going to press underneath off task, create a new entry. Let's say that I earned, or let's say that I did not earn all of my smiley faces for a day. And let's say that the first day on July 1st, Shelby only earned let's say that I exhibited off-task behavior 4 times that day. So I'm going to put 4 times right there. Then, within comments, I am able to provide anecdotal notes here as to exactly what my behavior looked like. So for each value of off-task, I would provide those anecdotal notes that I should have within my record. So I'm going to say, let's say at 8:30 a.m., my task will be silent reading. And here's the anecdotal note from the first value right here. So Shelby is in her seat, silent reading. Shelby stands up and walks to look out the window. Now, this would be the intervention, or what the teacher does and how the teacher responds to my off-task behavior. So, teacher lets Shelby know that she must be reading, but she can stand up while reading. And now the student reaction is, what does Shelby do? Shelby then reads for 20 minutes. You can then continue with those anecdotal notes for the last 3 values so that you have all of these notes saved into your graph when you are done. I am now going to press save. Notice my first data point is already charted on the graph. I am then going to do aggressive behaviors for that day. Let's say I had 0 aggressive behaviors, so I'm going to press 0. And then there's my diamond at the bottom at 0. This can continue for the next couple data points until you start to make your chart. So let's say that the next day I had 5 off-task behaviors and 2 aggressive behaviors. Again, same thing. You can put your comments or your notes in here. So let's say that at 12 o'clock p.m. during lunch, this is what happened. Shelby stood up to get food. A peer bumped into Shelby, and Shelby began yelling at peer. Now let's say teacher intervened and told Shelby to walk away, or else she would be receiving a phone call home. Shelby walked away. Now, notice I have 2 data points charted on my graph, and if this were a real situation, you would have a graph going all the way across, and it will be able to show you the fidelity of the interventions and if the interventions that are in place to address Shelby's behaviors are benefiting her, or if her behaviors are still increasing. So, I then say that we are now done putting in our data. We then go to data analysis to make sure that everything is correct down here. I am then going to go to print reports. You have 2 options. You can either press report options or PDF report. For our purposes, let's press PDF report. I am now going to open up my document, and I have a my chart with the chart that was shown on the ChartDog. And then here's the cool part, is that you then have a data table where it defines each behavior and it shows your anecdotal notes within the comments. And that is the end of the ChartDog tutorial.